Okay, guys, so we've been talking about context clues. We started yesterday and we talked about how context clues are clues that readers use to find out the meaning of unknown words within a passage, story, or text. So there will be times where we are not going to know words while we are reading, and the author is going to be putting clue words around those words that he probably knows that we're not going to know what they are to help us understand what they are. And so yesterday we talked about the author will put the definition in with the word, so the meaning of the word is explained in the sentence. Today we're going to talk about how the author will put an example of the word in the sentence or nearby the sentence. So you're going to need the handout that says context clues, and we're using the one that says example Tuesday, and on the back it says independent. That's what you're going to do on your own. We're going to do the front page together. So just like yesterday, we're going to read the passage, answer the questions about the bold print word. So animals are consumers. They eat plants and animals to live. For example, humans eat meat from cows and chickens and plants such as apples and carrots. Humans do not produce their own food. So we have consumer, and we know that it says they eat plants and animals to live. For example, humans eat meat from cows and chickens and plants such as apples and carrots. So we know that a consumer is someone who eats plants and animals to live. Okay, and then it even gives us an example, like humans eat meat and cows. So what is the meaning of consumer as it is used in the text? A person who eats meat? Yes. A person who eats vegetables? Maybe. A person who eats other foods? Oh, an animal that eats other foods? So we're talking about animals are consumers. So let me talk about that again. We're not really talking about people. An animal that eats other foods? Possibly, because we're not just talking about meat. They eat plants and animals. An animal that makes their own food. So they don't make their own food. They eat the food. So it would be C. Which sentence from the text supports your answer to part A? So remember, support means helps. Which one helps you to understand what the word means? And we are going to choose all that apply. Animals are consumers. Well, that's not going to help me because I don't know what consumers is. They eat plants and animals to live. Yes, because that's kind of telling us what they are. For example, humans eat meat from cows and chickens and plants such as apples and carrots. Yes, because it's giving us an example. An example, human. So it's telling us if humans eat meat and plants, so do consumers, animals. And D, no, humans do not produce their own food. That's not really going to help me figure out what the word consumer is. Okay, let's look at the bottom one. Butterflies migrate sometimes long distances to and from areas that are only stable for the parts of the year. So we're looking at the word migrate. So let's see. Butterflies migrate sometimes long distances to and from areas. So we know it's something about going to and from areas that are only stable for parts of the year. So they only go for parts of the year. So to travel for a short visit, maybe, because we know they're traveling because they're going to and from areas and only for parts of the year. So possibly to move with the seasons. They didn't talk about the seasons, no. To travel in a large group. It didn't say anything about large groups. To go to sleep for the cold winter. It's not really talking about the seasons or what time they do it. It's just talking about how they travel for a short visit. And then here I'm going to have to write which phrase from the text best supports your answer to part A. So I'm going to put to and from to and from areas for part of the year. Okay. So on the back, you are going to do the same thing that we did. Okay. So you're going to look at the bold word, tell me what it means, what helped you from, which sentence helped you from the story to figure it out, and then at the bottom, you're going to write the phrase that helped you.